What's up, everybody? It's Dustin Dillberg from Pain Free Kauai and Athlete Cell. The Open 14.2 was just announced. It's still sunny out here in Hawaii. And so I want to take this time to get you guys as ready as possible and complement some of the other stuff that we're putting out through Athlete Cell. What I want to talk about is positioning and prep. It's going to allow for you as an athlete to put your body in the best position it can in order to work as efficiently as possible, not be fighting the resistance or tension that your body already innately has, to allow for you to go the distance with as much efficiency and ease. We're going to be going through a few different variations of positioning and prep that you can do the day before, the day of, and right before your warm-up or WOD. And then we're going to be going through recovery principles, so as you hit this, that you can put your body in the best position possible to heal and recover so that you'll be able to resume your regular training. So, positioning and prep, we're going to go into static wall. This is going to be a little series of exercises with your hips as close to the wall as possible. With your feet pointed straight away from the wall, you're going to settle into this position and you're going to contract and release. Try to draw your kneecaps up towards your hips, lock those quads, and contract and release about 10 to 20 times just to get this active contract and release going, warming you up. We're going to go a little bit wider and we're going to go into femur rotations. I want you to do at least 10 femur rotations, keeping your quads locked, knees locked, toes pulled back, in slow controlled motion. Position 1, position 2, and position 3, or whatever widths you are comfortable with. From there, we're going into a squat-like position. Working that bottom position of the squat, you want basically parallel shins to the ground, open up those hips, relax into that position, work and open up the thoracic spine and shoulders by doing some pullovers. You can also work the PVC at different positions for pullovers and overhead position. Activate and deactivate those shoulders in that position. Spend about 2 minutes in that position. Get up and shake it off. From there, we're going to go into good mornings and basically just a hip hinge to allow for you to release some of that tension in the hip flexors, as well as activate those glutes, hamstrings, and quads. So just work on your hip hinge, about 10 good mornings or deadlift positions, and make each one, as you go through it, a little more progressively quaddy on purpose. Warm up those quads in the process as well. We're going to go into lunges from there. And this variation of lunges, we want you to have that back foot up on a box. So from there, you're going to lock in, keep the shoulders in the upright posture is key for this. Drop down into your lunge and come back up. You're going to get a good active stretch if you keep your glutes active through this. Good active stretch on the back leg as you activate and warm up the front leg. From there, the last position in prep that we're going to go into is standing arm circles. Once you're standing nice and upright, lock those shoulder blades together. Actually activate those scaps. Bring those arms out to the sides. Keep the shoulder blades pinched together as you go through 40 circles forward. Flip the hands over, palms up, thumbs back, and do 40 circles backwards. Get ready for that WOD and crush it. Recovery. The athletes that I've just talked to that have already done this WOD are telling me that they are pretty fried. A couple different areas. Of course, lats and shoulders for the pull-ups. Their low backs as they're kipping or doing butterfly variations of those pull-ups, they're getting pretty tight and locked up. Also, with the overhead squat, you can imagine how fried your legs and hips are going to be. So we're going to hit all of that with a little bit of upper body, thoracic, and shoulder mobility or stability work, cats and dogs, static back, and air bench. Upper spinal floor twist is going to be up on the laying down on the ground. We're going to start with 90-degree angles at your knees and your hips. You should be able to palm your kneecaps, and from here we're going to be reaching up towards the ceiling and all the way around as far as possible. I want you to actively go through a couple of those and settle into that stretch and open up your thoracic spine and your shoulder. You can also do some glides of this and really open up that shoulder and mid-back. Up next, we're going to be going into cats and dogs. Cats and dogs, we want flexion extension out of the spine. Going into full flexion, into full extension. This is going to help to reduce some of the rotation and compensations that you've accumulated over that WOD, and will help to work that front to back range of motion, anterior flexion and extension. Static back. We want you putting your legs up on a box, especially if you are taxed and fried. We just loosened you up a little bit, and this will allow for you to heal in a more neutral position. Back and let your body settle into a flat surface like the ground. I want you to spend at least 5 minutes here and really let your low back release and relax. Lastly, we're going to get into air bench. For those that are especially fried or taxed in their low back. If you're feeling like you're tight and stiff and sore after this open WOD or just about any other WOD, I want you to get into an air bench position where your feet are a little bit farther out away from the wall than your knees. Press your low back flat to the wall, activate your glutes, and sink into your heels. Hold that for 2 minutes, and you're going to recover like a champ. Have fun with this WOD and tell us how you do it.